Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back, or welcome to another Bangs audio review. This was supposed to get done yesterday, but we had a little tooth issue with my son. He's fine. He lost a tooth basically while we were getting ready for school. He got upset. There was some blood, all that kind of stuff, and so we ended up just keeping him home. Coincidentally, he had a dentist appointment that day, so everything's fine. It just kind of, when you have kids, if you do, you know what I'm talking about. Schedules can get thrown off pretty fast, and you gotta make adjustments on the fly. So, for very good reason, there was no review activity happening yesterday. That is different today. Today, I have some time. Wife is traveling, son is at school, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the SMSL AO300, which I've nicknamed the AIO300. Of course, if they'd named it that, it would have been a printer, fax, scanner, copier combo. But basically, that's what it is. It's an all-in-one solution. So we'll get into some details on it, but suffice it to say, I love this piece of audio equipment. It is probably the best $250-ish that I've put into this hobby for just its quality, A, and B, its versatility. It's just insane what this thing can do and does. So let's get the box out of the way. This did come packed in an additional outside box with some styrofoam padding, but this would be the box like if you just were able to buy it in a retail store. This is what it would come in, so I thought you guys would like to see that. Nice mess over there. Hey, my Chargers won Sunday night. Oh my gosh, they gave me a heart attack again. I still have nails though, somewhat. Yeah, interesting. Here is the unit right here and the remote, and as you guys remember from the last the unboxing of this, probably the remote is exactly the same as the DL200, so that remote is on the opposite side until I get like a label of some kind on these, so I don't, I mean, it's not a big deal if you get them confused. You just figure out which one works which, but just for me, for my little brain, sometimes keeping them separate. The unit comes in two colors, so you can get the black front or the silver front for aesthetics, and because the DL200 is black, I got the silver. And then I will walk around here so you guys can see all of this nonsense in the back. I am going to disconnect all of this so we can look at the unit. But just so you know, there's the analog in, the line in, which is coming from the TA22 for the tubes. There's this guy right here, which is line out to the subwoofer. Love that audio engine SO8 or S8 subwoofer, by the way. It's fantastic. USB-C in. There are other ins as well. So let's get these guys disconnected so we can get the unit free. Yeah, this is a nice, what is it, the Golden Gate? I think it's the Golden Gate for the RCAs. I have a secret way of getting a discount there because when I'm not on disability, I work at Best Buy. So those cables that you look at, you're like, why did you spend that much money on a cable? I didn't. Believe me, I did not. The markup on those things is freaking crazy, just so you know. Sorry, Best Buy. I don't mean, well, it's everybody. It's not just Best Buy. It's Amazon. Whoever sells them, like, that's where the money is made, guys. The accessories, the cables, it's just insanity. And then, I'll have fun putting that back together because everything's going to fall on the floor. That's okay. For good reasons. Bluetooth antenna. I have tested the Bluetooth using my Hibby R6 III. The Bluetooth works great. It does support, they call it lossless. I don't know how they do that, but it does support up to 96K on the Bluetooth, and sounds quite good. LDAC, that's what I was looking for. So, the SMSL AO300. What does this do? It does a lot. I mean, a lot. You've got, like I said, your line ins, your subwoofer out. You've got a USB in. You've got an HDMI ARC. Hello, guys. If you are in cramped quarters or your second room, like not your main like home theater room or whatever your small apartment, studio apartment, whatever, and you don't have room for a full size freaking 7.2 surround, this is perfect. You hook that up to your TV and you've got either a 2-channel or a 2.1 channel output. It works just like a normal ARC. So whatever the ARC HDMI port is on the back of your TV, you hook that up to it and you're in good shape. Optical as well, so there's an option there. And then you've got your left and right channels for your speakers. Power on off in the back here, so you can leave it always on and just use the button in the front to turn it off. Other specs on this guy. God, it's gorgeous. Silver or black. So it is a DAC. That's what I wanted to get into. All right, specs here. So XMOS XU316 PCM support up to 32 bits, 768 kilohertz. Is all you'll ever need. DSD is only to 256. I've never really experienced DSD, so I don't know if there's a huge difference between 256 and 512, but I think 256 is pretty good. Your Cirrus logic chips are the CS43131s. We all know those. Very well implemented in this guy. CNC aluminum, gold-plated terminals. There's a protection circuit for overheating and overcurrent, so that'll turn off if that happens. The high-quality power supply is designed for audio. That's what they say. Color Scream. I will show you when I plug it back in. And it has both the 4.4 and 6.35. So balanced out 4.4, single-ended 6.35. You may want to have one of these handy if you have 3.5 terminations on your cables. That's all. Okay. So the main thing that I love about this and that I use it for are my old Paradigm 3s. There's tip my head up so you can see them. These are like 25 years old. I bought them in 2000. I think they were produced in 98 or 99. They've been through the war. The dust covers were, well, disgustingly like peed on by my cats back in the day. So those got tossed. But the speakers themselves, through, let's see, 4 moves, somewhere around 2,500 miles, in storage unit, in basements. Well, we're in a basement. Just basically, I beat the shit out of them, and they sound freaking phenomenal. I guess the only thing I didn't do to them was like overload them, right? They're 8 ohm speakers, 8 ohm resistance, and through this guy, 8 ohms translates to 85 watts per channel, which for this current situation here is plenty of power. It does go up to 165 if you've got 4 ohm impedance, so there's even more power available if you have a lower impedance set of speakers. Obviously, powered speakers are not needed in this situation, so you're just going to go with your standard unpowered speakers. These guys are 8-inch plus a tweeter. I would assume just about any size speaker is going to be able to be powered, even the giant ones. The floor standing shouldn't have an issue, and they sound good. It's a very clean and transparent and very clear presentation, and that goes for speakers and headphones and IEMs. So this is, in a sense, kind of like the perfect solution for under $300. I know you can spend lots and lots and lots and lots of money on stuff like this, thousands and thousands of dollars. But for those of us who are not made of money, don't have a money tree growing in the backyard that we can just go pull cash off of whenever we want, and I'm going to say budget, so don't get mad if like that's above what you consider to be budget, but for a budget in some sense, also high value, high quality, all-in-one solution, I can't say enough about the AO300. It virtually does anything and everything you could possibly ask it to do for $290, $250 on sale. If we'll get another sale, I'm sure, from Ali. The 11/11 sales are history. You could have gotten this down to about $225. It looked like $225, $230. with discount coupon. If it dips, I don't even care. If it's under $300, if it RRP is $289, if you gotta buy it for $289, buy it for $289. I mean, there's no reason not to buy it because of a $30 or $40 price difference. Honestly, it is that good. The chipset's great. The Bluetooth works great if you're into that thing. If you need it for your TV for a little, added sound quality and volume with some speakers, you can do that. You want to add a subwoofer, you can do that. There's really not a lot that this thing doesn't do. And the nice thing is that it does everything really well. So I didn't notice a drop off in quality going from the TA22. Oh yeah, I got to talk about that for a minute. Head to head, 500 versus 300. The TA22 is warmer because of the tube hybrid aspect of it, but this is just very high performing. I'm impressed with SMSL. I was not with the SaberDAC run DL200. It leaves me a little flat sometimes. It works well with some IEMs and headphones, but not with all. I found no weakness, no matter if it was hard to drive headphones, big planars like the Moondrop Venus, or something a lot easier to drive like a 16 ohm IEM. It is great. It even drove my HD 660 S2 with ease. Well, as you would imagine. The only thing I think that would be a drawback on this, if you're sensitive to a little bit of background, right? Not nearly as much as the TA22, because the thing is freaking noisy, especially for IEMs now. It wasn't the beginning, but it's got a little hiss going on. This has just the very tiny, slightest little bit of hiss. Once you get your music playing, you're not going to hear it. But whereas like the background on the FiiO K11 is just black. Like there is no background noise on that. This one, and I think it has to do with the amplification because it's got all that power in it, not dead silent. But then again, neither is the Zendac V2, obviously TA22. Yeah, I'd say the other SML is pretty much dead black in its background as well. Anyway, it's hard to pick out anything wrong with this. That's why it gets highly recommended from me. I think it is a fantastic piece of equipment if you need it to do something, to do multiple things. TV, stereo, headphones, earphones. Voila, you got it. So let me see if I can plug this back in really quick, just so you can see the display. Anybody know what album that is? I can't figure it out. I'll plug this in. Okay. Now, yeah, the screen lights up very nicely. Let's see if we can bring this in. I'll move my phone out of the way for y'all. One tap here gets you into the menu where you can select input and output. So right now my input is either direct USB or it's the line in from the TA22. It does go back if you don't make a selection after a few seconds. Output, you can choose either speakers or headphones. Got it on headphones right now. It has an EQ if you want to mess with that. I don't. It has a treble boost, a bass boost. Let's go look at the EQ here. Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, so it has some EQ settings. Tone, SDB, bass, super bass, rock, soft, clear. So yeah, I mean there's some nice, I go direct. There's some nice options here. You can control the treble, you can control the bass. You have filters. So fast, low latency, fast, phase compensated, slow, low latency, slow, phase compensated, and non-oversampling, which is the setting I leave it on. Color, so you can change the color of the screen if you want. I like blue. Bluetooth is clear. Bluetooth clear. If you're having trouble with connections, you can clear the Bluetooth memory from this, so you can start from scratch, dimmer, and then a full reset. You hold the button in a couple of seconds, you're back to the main screen for volume control. You hold it in for a couple of seconds, and she's off. Very simple, very easy. The pot here has just some nice, like, they're not clicks, they're just, you can feel it. There's some resistance there for each notch you're gonna spin. Voila. Did I say that already? I think I did. Notes. Nope. Oh, the remote. Yep. Output power. Movies I might watch. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Yeah, I'm going to say highly recommended. If you're in need of something that does all of these things, if you just need a headphone amp or headphone DAC amp combo, you can find less expensive stuff. Obviously, the FIO K11 and the K11 R2R, which is coming one of these days. It's in the consolidation warehouse. It's been there for like almost a week. It's starting to freak me out. Anyway, hopefully that gets here soon. Penin Fan 3. I've started my assessment of that set. Yay. That's been pretty fun. And lastly, so the TA22 with the tubes used as a preamp on this thing really makes it nice and sweet. Just as an aside, and not everybody's going to have this setup, but maybe you've got a tube amp or a tube DAC amp. You can use it as a preamp for that using the line, RCA, line in, line out, line in. Really sweetens it up, like just makes it nice and sort of, it warms it up a little bit, gives it a little bit more of a generous sort of feel to it, but not necessary. I just like, I like playing. I've got it, so why not play around with it? But certainly not required, just kind of a fun thing to play with. Yeah, SMSL AO300. Yeah, baby. That's pretty awesome. I am not complaining. I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Yeah, nothing else to mention. So, with that, be careful, be safe, be nice. Love y'all. Nothing but peace to you. I'll see you in a couple of days with the Penin Fan 3. See ya.